It's the Riot podcast. This is the Wednesday, March 15th edition. Also, the edition of the first day of the fundraiser.
It is. So our spring fundraiser happens on RadioU. We're the worst of Riot on RadioU. So you can actually hear more Riot if you ever check out RadioU.com. But we'll spend these next few days raising money to keep the Riot on the air.
So you can donate at RadioU.com or on the RadioU app. Please go ahead and do that.
It's actually one of our favorite things for our fundraisers to see all of our podcast listeners donate. Mm-hmm. So please consider checking out RadioU.com or download our RadioU app and click on the heart and donate and give something and put that you're a podcast listener in the comments.
And can I mention, too, that for the podcast, you could also leave a rating and a review as long as it's 5 stars and positive.
Only 5,
so
right?
That actually helps us as well. That's another little way you can do something important for Radio U.
We would appreciate it. Mm-hmm. So you do get a shorter podcast today.
So today on the podcast, we talked about a brand new dating app that's different from any dating app you can imagine.
And it's a possibility.
It's for people that only it's for people that believe in conspiracies and admit it and want to find someone else who thinks like them, I'm assuming.
Did anybody look it up in the App Store?
No.
See if I can download it?
No.
I feel like 2 conspiracy theorists under one house is a lot. Especially if you two if you're on this app, that means you're a hardcore conspiracy theorist.
That means you haven't found someone else who's not. You have to go closer to home on this.
And I feel like if you are on that app and you find somebody else, I feel like you guys are going to be just clashing. Like, there's no way your thoughts are going to align. You know?
I mean, though, if you're not close, you have to be in the same ballpark with someone's thoughts. Because if not, then you'll just hate each other.
Like if you don't believe in Bigfoot and they really believe in Bigfoot, and they came on this app looking for somebody who
and they believe in
Bigfoot,
something else crazy.
Yeah, it's not going to work out.
Actually, wait, I believe in Bigfoot. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's the issue we have with you. Okay.
Exactly.
Bigfoot, I'm okay with. Dinosaurs, questionable.
So
questionable.
We also talked about B-dubs and them admitting that their boneless wings may not be as wing as you may think.
There's an update to the lawsuit that's going on, and it's just a chance for everybody to bicker again about it.
It really frustrates me. It really frustrates me.
Do you still want wings from there, or are you that frustrated?
Boycott.
I want breast chunks, or I want traditional wings.
Because I think we might do B-dubs for our fundraiser next week.
It's still going to taste good. It's going to taste good. I just want them to be truthful about it.
Okay.
You know, I want to know what I'm eating.
Okay,
is
you
what
don't
I want.
care. We don't care for most places.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I wonder what places actually have a wing that's a boneless wing.
Well, no, none of them would.
It's not a
pull
thing.
out the wing on their own.
Yeah,
no one would do that.
So just
that
everywhere.
has to be you.
The sad thing about if you had a boneless wing is you would realize how small the amount of meat on any wing actually is.
And I think people would have more of an issue of they're touching the wing and holding it and pulling it out.
And I don't know how you would even put that in, then you put the breading on it, I guess.
No, there's no way.
Seems like a lot of work, and so I don't think anywhere has boneless wings.
I know, so why do we just put up with that?
Well,
that nonsense.
Again, keep listening for the podcast to hear the bickering about it.
We also, we talk about Teletubbies.
Yep, there's a new shoe if you're interested in some new wear.
Did you watch Teletubbies when you were a kid?
I didn't really watch Teletubbies.
No. Nikki, did you?
I did not.
No, neither did I. My mom hated it.
Because she thought it was evil?
You weren't allowed to watch?
Evil and...
Was it one of those?
Right.
Were they brainwashing you?
She was like, talking sun, no chance.
No, that's not accurate.
I don't even know if the sun talks, but has a face, so unacceptable.
Did you have many of those shows that you weren't allowed to watch?
I had a few, yeah.
Mine were all on Cartoon Network.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah?
I just wasn't allowed to watch Cartoon Network as a whole for the most part, unless Scooby-Doo was on.
Ed, and Eddie? That's
a big no-go.
That was a big no?
My mom hated that show. She thought that was so dumb.
Was she afraid you'd get an attitude?
Or something, I don't know. She just thought the characters were so dumb in it to where I would probably become dumb off of their stupidity.
But she'll let you watch Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, but Scooby-Doo's a great show.
No.
Scooby-Doo's a fantastic show.
It's pretty good.
You think about it. It's
the ones
of
with the Globetrotters are my faves.
That's your favorite?
I wasn't allowed to watch Rocket Power, which is fine because I didn't care about that anyways.
I like that show.
But it was a point of contention, Pokemon.
Oh.
Whether I was allowed to do the cards and then watch the show. And we finally wore my mom down.
She let you have it.
Pokemon was pretty big.
That was a big. That took a while to.
You had a big
work on her
win
for
when
that.
you were little.
That's
Hudson.
right. Even back then, I was
Stood
winning
your
debates,
ground.
being obstinate and convincing people.
Well, feel free to text in at 8772 Radio U. What show did you win or wear your mom down?
Yeah.
To finally have a chance to watch when you were little, and let us know.
Well, that's about it, isn't it?
That's
That
it.
is
Enjoy
for
the
today.
podcast. Have a fantastic day. And again, consider supporting and helping at RadioU.com. And that way we'll wrap up our fundraiser soon.
And we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
See you guys.
The only thing Isaiah loves more than the riot is himself.
Someone who probably still lives with his mother and hates himself.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Teletubbies boots.
This should be a new segment of what else can you spend your money on instead of spending it and sending some to Radio U.
Yeah.
And then you decide if
And
it's a
then
good or bad choice.
We intentionally choose things that'd be a really big waste of money. So it seems like it makes Radio U, donating to Radio U, seem even more smart.
Yep.
But this is
I didn't see
actually
the price though on these, so I don't know.
$2,500
For the boots?
for Teletubbies boots.
So Teletubbies, the old, I guess Netflix came out with a new season, right?
Is it back?
It was supposed to, or it was
I
coming.
know there was a revival on the way. I don't know if it's, forgive me for not keeping up with the Teletubbies
You're forgiven.
season release dates.
You're forgiven.
But Teletubbies is getting a revival, or has gotten a revival, and they're also getting revived thanks to a fashion designer named Christian Cowan, who has designed boots. I mean, these are...
They look like they'll go
call
up.
them,
They're not quite knee-high boots, but they're taller boots.
I'm looking at a lady wearing them, and it kind of looks like they go past her knees.
They do? Okay.
Yeah. So what is that? Is that thigh high?
They're thigh-high boots.
Teletubby boots. And they are, if you know what the Teletubbies look like, especially the lime green one. Do you know the names of the I mean, I know I have a list here of their names.
I don't know which
one
ones
is
are
which. But it's the lime green one, and that is a bright lime green. That would be eye-catching if there wasn't a Teletubby head on it, and there's a Teletubby head on it.
So on the top of the boot, there is a Teletubby, almost like a stuffed doll sort of thing, and it's got two little arms that pop out as well.
You think it's Dipsy?
I don't remember any of the Teletubby characters.
La-La?
No, I don't know.
Tinky
No.
Winky?
No. Which one's that one?
Yeah, that's I don't know about that. So it is. You can pre-order them. Now, don't think that this is like some stunt, like only 5 people get them or something. You can go pre-order them now for $2,500, and you would get them delivered sometime in the middle of May.
Now, if you feel generous and instead the $2,500, you'd love to support Radio U for a lot of good music, or even just a small percentage of the $2,500. But like, is that Anne Hathaway in the picture? Doesn't it look like her?
It looks a bit like her, doesn't it?
But it also looks like she wasn't actually wearing the boots.
They do
that
look
they
photoshopped
just
on.
Photoshopped them on her.
Yeah. Well, they haven't made them yet.
I guess.
But I mean, man, these are eye-catching to say the least. I don't know what you would do, where you would go wearing these, and they're high heels too. That didn't even register with me at first.
They're
But
uncomfortable.
They're high heels. To boot. All right. That's probably good.
So no Teletubby boots. Instead, a few dollars to Radio U. It might be a better way to spend your money, but I'm sure there's room for both.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
Now, earlier this week, was it as recently as yesterday, we talked about Buffalo Wild Wings getting sued?
Yeah.
They're getting sued by a man in Illinois who is finally calling them out for selling boneless wings and calling them boneless wings, despite the fact that there's nothing wing about them.
He was saying that when he went to Buffalo Wild Wings, he paid money and he assumed that boneless wings were ones where they took out the bone. Mm-hmm. But otherwise it'd be all the same, and that's not how boneless wings are. And he said for the price he paid that he felt lied to, fraud, and so he was suing them. But it did seem like it was a class action lawsuit. It wasn't
Isn't
like,
it?
I don't know.
I think it is.
Is it?
Yeah, class action lawsuit. And so Buffalo Wild Wings has already responded on Twitter So I don't know how official this is. This isn't like one of their lawyers. This is just some, social media person who tweeted out, "It's true. Our boneless wings are all white meat chicken.
And there's more.
Our hamburgers contain no ham. Our buffalo wings are 0% buffalo." Okay, Buffalo Wild Wings, don't get cute. We know the truth. Nobody's saying they're not chicken. We're saying they're not wings. And you won't admit to that, even though it is the truth.
What does that mean, though?
Well, they're just playing off of it. They're just having
What's
fun.
a wing?
Well,
a wing is the wing part of the chicken.
But, when did it say it's a wing, though?
It's called a boneless
It's a
wing. What are you
boneless
talking
wing.
about?
A boneless wing, yeah.
They
So if
call
it's
them boneless wings.
Yeah, but that, I don't understand the wing thing.
They're saying that a boneless wing should actually be from the wing meat, but it's not. Usually a boneless wing is just
Should a
other.
buffalo wing be the wing of a buffalo? Is that how it works?
No, that's the flavor. It's named after the city.
I just didn't know for sure how literal we're taking things.
Listen, are you going to join in on this lawsuit then?
I could.
Do you feel wronged and fraud?
I feel like this should be a buffalo. Is it not from a buffalo? If we're doing the literal words of things.
It's from the city of Buffalo, originally.
Yeah.
The flavor.
So are those chickens
That's
from
where
there
that-
too?
That's where the name comes from.
Got it. So the name wing comes from the chicken wing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it. With it.
The flappy
And so you
part.
would think it would be a wing.
But you would think it would be from buffalo then.
The flavor is from Buffalo.
Is it from buffalo though?
Would you like to sue them for that too?
We could. I mean, if we're
think-
going to do the literal name of things.
I think he's trying to bother you. I think
think-
Hudson.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what they're going to do in court.
This is exactly what I would do.
Yeah. You'd be a great lawyer.
I know you mentioned no lawyers involved. You know a lawyer was involved for probably most of
Yeah.
yesterday before crafting this tweet.
Actually, you're right, because they do say our boneless wings are all white meat chicken. They
Yeah.
don't say our boneless wings aren't wings, because I actually think that could be used against them in court if they tweeted that out. So it's interesting that they choose not to do that, but they know the truth. They know what they're doing. Why just skip all this? Just reach a what is it? A settlement with this guy?
Yeah, what
just
you
reach
get-
a settlement. Just put this to
But what do
bed.
they owe him though?
You get 5 free wings.
For saying that this is a wing?
They-
Saying it's the wing of a chicken?
Yes.
They either owe him some actual boneless wings,
Yes.
which they cannot provide, or
Because they use the word wing in the sentence.
yeah.
Got it. Kind of like the hamburger with the ham
So they
thing.
want, this has been very big for this last year. They want a lot of advertising that's, done this way to have to clarify in the advertisement that what it is really what it is.
Right.
So they just want to change that.
Just call it what it is. That's all we're saying. And I don't know why that's so difficult for them. Why are they so committed to calling it a boneless wing anyways?
Because that's what everybody calls them, even though nobody serves boneless wings.
It's because it doesn't exist.
There's no such thing as a boneless wing, just for everybody's reference.
So they're providing something impossible.
Precisely. But they never claimed for it to be the wing. It's just called a wing.
Guys, you're going to keep going around and around.
Yeah.
This is what they're going through right now.
I hate it. I don't know why.
This is why this man should just stay in his lane, all right?
There
We're
it
all
is.
eating boneless wings. I
But
don't
he's
care.
correct.
But who cares if he's correct or not? He's being too much. Who is this guy to do this? Who does he think he is?
Last thing I'll say on this. If Buffalo Wild Wings is able to lie about this, what else are we just going to be okay
We
with
eat
them lying
McDonald's
about?
every day. They lie about their entire menu, and no one's suing them
Their
right now.
nuggets are actually nuggets.
Are they nuggets? What's a nugget? What even is a
That's
nugget?
why they call them that.
There's truth to both of your arguments.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
You still looking out for new dating apps?
Oh, I'm looking for them all.
Yeah.
Especially if you get into removed from one and you need to replace it with a new one.
You did get
I
kicked
did
off
get
of one,
kicked
didn't
off
you?
of one. They said that I was posing as myself.
How does that even work?
I don't know. They said that I wasn't the true Isaiah, which is wild because clearly
That means
I am.
There's an Isaiah impersonator out there.
So if you find Isaiah on Tinder, it's not actually me.
I like that they've done a better job convincing Tinder that they're real and they're
Yes.
not.
You.
I know.
did.
I feel like I seemed like myself, but Tinder didn't think so. Apparently I was posing as myself, so then I got kicked off.
And
So-
once you're off, you can't get back
No,
on.
you can't get back on. So there's a fake Isaiah on there probably right now. just wooing women left and right.
Did you lie on your profile a lot?
No, I didn't lie. It was just pictures of me, and then all of a sudden I just got on one day and it was like, you're no longer allowed to play. And then I went on my email and they were like, you posed as Isaiah, and I was like, no, I am Isaiah. It's me. I'm the real one.
Now we have another option for you if you're, feeling like you're one short on a dating app.
Although I'm actually questioning if you even are the real Isaiah now.
I may not be.
You might not be. I've got another app for you. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. It's real new, and it's from Germany, but it's an app that is meant for people that freely admit that they believe in conspiracy theories.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so you go through when you sign up, and instead of asking, like you go on some dating apps, depending on what they are, and they would ask you questions about like what would make a good match for you. Maybe even like you might get into political beliefs and stuff. But for this one, when you sign up, it goes through and it's like, do you think lizard people rule the country and stuff like that? Do you think that QAnon is real? All this stuff. And then that's how you find out. You find other people that are like-minded that also wear tinfoil hats like you.
Well, I guess it's one less step. I mean, nothing's worse than when you find someone does not share your
beliefs, like mermaids and things like that. Yeah,
so
makes sense.
That way you don't have to go through that, and they're like-minded.
Do you think, I don't know if I really truly believe any conspiracy theories, but I feel like if you're like a tried and true, dyed-in-the-wool conspiracy theorist, part of the fun is trying to convince other people to believe like you.
So
they love trying to convince people.
Right. So
they want to go through their whole routine, because they've been practicing it.
If they go on regular dating apps, it's less about the date part and more about trying to convince somebody that we never landed on the moon.
Well, you can meet someone who's even more of a conspiracy theorist, and there you go.
And they'll try to convince you.
Yeah.
You'll see what you're making everybody else go through.
I like that yours was mermaids.
Yeah.
You like that? That was the first one I thought of.
Is that the one you believe in?
I love mermaids. I believe in them. I want to believe in them. If you want me to convince you, I can convince you.
Well, wait, hang on. Everybody sign up for the
Easy.
app first. And then try to convince. They say that 1,500 users so far on the app. That's not a lot.
But it just started, though.
1,500, holy moly.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's Germany only, but it's there. It's a new one.
You want to take a stab at pronouncing that name of the site?
Schwarferharford?
You nailed it.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
I did take German for a few months, but obviously that has not helped.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask if you guys will admit that you believe any conspiracies. Isaiah believes in mermaids.
Of course.
Is that even a conspiracy? Or
no, it's just known that it's real.
As if somebody's
also,
trying to cover up mermaids.
I don't feel like... Also, everybody believes in dinosaurs here, correct?
No.
No.
You guys don't... What do you mean?
Well, no, I mean, I know they were there, but it wasn't like... No, wait, I don't want to say anything. Hang on.
I'm dinosaur skeptical.
Okay.
We've talked about this.
There's just bones everywhere.
I'm open-minded. Yeah, but how do they know how to put them together?
I don't know, because they fit into it. I don't know. They're smarter than we are.
Have you seen how many bones?
There's a lot of them.
It's
you
like
just place them together.
You just find a whole stack
but
of bones.
there's all these huge bones. There's the humongous.
No, the mermaids helped.
Yeah, they did. Because they were around during that time period. That makes sense. They were underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
The mermaids aren't around, or they are?
They are. They're still around.
Well, where are they?
They're underwater.
Why don't we ever see them?
Think about all the ocean that we haven't searched. They're down there.
That's a good point.
Actually, you really might be perfect for this app.
Yes, I know, right? You know, it sounds like a bunch of people with trust issues is what it sounds like to me. It's like, what are your big pros? I'm a very trusting person, except if you believe in mermaids, I don't trust them at all.
So this conspiracy theory app, this new dating app is Germany, but I'm sure it'll come here one day.
Yeah, so you can finally match up with somebody.
That's enough of that. For more Riot content, head to riot.radiou.com.